Okay, let's start. Right. So yesterday we have seen how to create the what attribute views. Okay. So we understood that in ANA modeling we can create three types of views: attribute views, analytical views, and then what calculation views. Attribute views, we go for attribute views when there is no scope for calculations. Okay, it is only to represent what master data like product id, product name, or customer id, customer name, where we are not going to do any what analysis. Okay, it is only their calculations are not possible. Okay, so whereas in case of analytical view, we go for analytical view when there is a possibility of what medium based calculations. Okay. So in case of attribute view, let me open that. So I'm in ANA development perspective, and yesterday we understood that for designing this modeling views, we require what modeler perspective. We can also do it in what ANA development perspective. So in ANA development perspective, in the systems tab under content folder, what we did yesterday, we created one folder. Okay, what is the folder name? Z modeling, that is package. Under this package, we have created the attribute view. Okay, so this is the name of the attribute view, attr underscore material, where we are representing the data from what Mara table and what MAKT table. Both are what material master data tables. One table contains general data, another table contains description. So we are picking some three columns from Mara table, material number created by material type, and from MAKT table we are picking what material description in what English language. So as part of this attribute view, okay, this is how you will have it. You'll have two nodes basically. One is semantics, another is what data foundation. Okay, we have semantics, and then we have what data what foundation. This is in case of what attribute view. This is what we have discussed yesterday. Okay, so this is our attribute view. We have semantics and what data foundation. What we are doing in the data foundation, in data foundation, we have represented the tables. Okay, so we have represented two tables. One is Mara table and it is what MAKT table, right? And we have provided the what link join between the two tables. Okay, we have joined the material number with what material number of what MAKT table, right? We have used the join type as what text join. Okay, then in the semantics, what we have done, we have selected what is the key field and what are the attributes, what are the attributes in your what view. Attributes in the sense a descriptive data like material number, customer id, vendor id, where there is no measurement possible. Okay, so these are all, this is icon for what attribute, right? So this is about what attribute view. If you take analytical view, so this is your attribute view. Okay, then we have what something called as what analytic view. Okay, so in case of analytic view, basically I can say we have some three nodes, something like this. We'll have three nodes. One is semantics, right? Another is what logical join. Another is data foundation. So let us understand what we'll do in each of these steps: semantics, logical join, and what data foundation. So in case of attribute views, Okay, in case of attribute views we'll have only what attributes. Okay, we'll have only attributes in the sense the descriptive data. Okay, descriptive data means customer ID, city, country, something like that. Okay, in case of analytic view we'll have attributes as well as what measures. Measures means what measures are nothing but quantifiable data such as revenue, quantity sold, okay, net amount, all those things comes under what measure. Attribute means which describes something, a descriptive data such as customer id, product id, vendor id, material number, city, country, all those. Measurement means quantifiable data where we can do the measurements like net amount, revenue, quantity sold, all these things. Okay, now let us create, excuse me please, 1 second. Right. Okay, so where we are, we have to design what? We have to go for what? Analytical view. So, 1 second, please. Yeah, so let's see how to do it. 1 second, this is our yesterday's attribute view. Let me keep it in active state. I'll save this one. Let me activate. Okay, so completed successfully. So, this is attribute view. Yesterday we have seen that. Now, let us go for designing the what? Analytical view. So, yesterday I told you that as part of analytical view, we can include what? Attribute view. Okay, as part of analytical view we can include the attribute view. So what I'll do is, let me take one analytical view. As part of that analytical view I want to get the sales order header data and sales order item data. Okay, sales order header data and sales order item data. And after getting the sales order header data and item data, I want to link that particular data with my attribute view. Okay, so that I'll get the material description and material type also. Am I clear? So already I'm having an attribute view which is projecting how many columns? 4 columns. Material number created by material type and what? MAKTX. Now I want to create analytical view. So inside that analytical view, initially I'll get the data. I'll join what? VBAK table and what? VBAP table. Okay, by selecting some required fields. Then the output of that VBAK and VBAP should be joined with what? This particular attribute view. Okay, so when I join with attribute view is already projecting how many columns here? 4 columns. Okay, so out of these 4 columns, let me pick up only what? Material type and material description I want to pick up. Okay, so let's see how to proceed with this. So as usual, so this is my attribute view done. So how do we create the analytical view? As part of another development or as part of what? This what? Modeler perspective, either in modeler perspective or in another development perspective. In the systems tab, we have created one package yesterday. Right click on that package, say new. Right click on the package, say new. What is this here? Analytic view. Okay, so right click on the package, new analytic view. Let us give the name of the analytic view. So yesterday, what is the name of the attribute view? I gave attr underscore what? Material. Now let me give it as, right click on this, I'll say new what? Analytic view. Generally analytic view you'll start with what? An. It's a general recommended what? Naming standard. So an underscore, okay, an underscore sales underscore what? Analysis. An underscore sales underscore what? Analysis. This is my name of my what? Analytic view. An underscore sales underscore analysis. Provide some description whatever you want. Here you can see it is asking the view type. What is the view type here? Analytic view. Okay, so choose the view type as what? Analytic view. Done. I'll say finish. That's it. Okay, so I can see here we have what three things here. What is this? Semantic, star join, and what? Data foundation. That's what I represent. Logical join is nothing but what here? What? Star join. Okay, logical join is nothing but star join. Okay, so first we need to start with what? Data foundation. Yesterday, what we have done in the data foundation, we have represented the tables. What are the tables I represented yesterday? Mara table and what MAKT table. Okay, Mara table and what material descriptions table. Right now, here as part of this data foundation, let me add two fields now. Okay, so first let me go for VBAK, that is sales document header data. So just try to understand this. One second. Yeah. So what I'll do is in the VBAK table. Okay, in the VBAK table, how do you add it? Select this data foundation. We have one what add objects button here. Okay, if you want to increase the size, as I told you, just double click on this title. When I double click on this title, it gets what expanded. Again, if you double click, it will be collapsed, something like that. Okay, so let me double click on this just to increase the space. So here what I'll do is, as part of this data foundation, try to understand. As part of this data foundation, I'll click on what? Add objects. It is asking type the object name to search for. So I want to get the data from which table? VBAK table. Okay, so I'll choose VBAK, that is SAP ABAP 1. I'll choose this VBAK. Then I'll say what? Okay, done. Okay, done. This is my VBAK table. Okay, so inside this, from this VBAK table, you select the required field. So I am interested only in Weblen. Okay, sales doc, you can see here. The moment I select in the right hand, what output section, the column is appearing here. Weblen I want the date, I want the net value. Then let me also take sales organization, VKORG. So I selected four columns from what VBAK table. Similarly, I also want to get the data from what item table. So what I'll do, again in the data, in the scenario, in the layout, I'll select the data foundation here. Okay, click on add objects. Let me add the table what? VBAP. What is our configured schema here? SAP ABAP 1, right? So I'll choose VBAP, done. And inside this VBAP also, you select the required fields. Let me select POSNR, that is item number. Then let me also select what? Material number. Okay, they are the columns of the overall six columns are selected from two different tables. Then these two tables are logically related now, so you have to link the common field. What is the common field between the two tables? Sales document number. So what I'll do here, I'll say, okay, so here you can see here only in the details section only, I'll drag and drop the weblen onto the weblen of what? VBAP. Just drag this. Okay, so a join would be proposed. So let me double click and check what is the join proposed. I'll double click on this. Yeah, what is the join type here? Referential it seems. So what is the relationship between VBAK and VBAP? Each sales order of VBAK table might contain one or more sales items. So definitely you will have what? At least one item. Definitely you'll have at least one item inside the item table. So keeping that in mind, I'll give the join type as what? Inner join. The join type is inner. What is the cardinality? I'll give the cardinality as what? 1 is to n. What is the meaning? Each sales document of left hand side table might contain one or more items in what? Item table. Okay, so I'm proposing the join type as inner, cardinality as what? 1 is to what? 1 is to n. Then let me say okay. That's it. So join is what? Proposed. Right? So I'll just summarize in the data foundation. I selected two tables, VBAK and VBAP. In VBAK, I selected four columns: sales document, creation date, net value, and sales organization. In VBAP table, I selected item number and material number. Then I need to logically relate these two tables. So I have linked the webline of VBAK with the webline of what? VBAP. Okay, done. Next, what you have to do? Okay, we are done with what? Data foundation. Let me save it. Okay, when I'm trying to save, I got an error. What is the error? Measure cannot be identified. Please specify the central table or a measure. So in case of yesterday's case, attribute view generally contains only what? Attributes. Analytic view means it contains attributes and what? Measures also. Measures means what? A quantifiable data based on which we can do some measurements. Like I gave the example: net amount, sales amount, revenue, quantity sold. Okay, all those things comes under what? Measures. Okay, so as of now, we are not declared the field, any of the field as what? Measure. Okay, so I'll say okay here, done. Okay, so let it come. One second, it is still saving it. It got stuck. Just hold on, please. Okay, now I think I got it. Yeah. Okay, it has been saved here. Now, so we are done with what? Data foundation, where we have selected the required tables. Now, so we have selected two tables in what? Data foundation. Now we have to link it with what? Attribute view. Why I have to link with attribute view? Attribute view is already picking the material data, like material number, material type, and material description from what? MAKT table. So what I'll do now? Come to what? The star join section. Okay, you can see in the star join already the data foundation is available here. Already the data foundation is available where all the fields are available, six fields. Now what I'll do, I'll select this data foundation, sorry, I'll select the star join, nothing but logical join. I'll click on what? Add objects. So here I need to add my what? Attribute view which we created yesterday. As I told you, inside analytic view we can include what? Attribute view. So what is attribute view? In our case, attr. Yeah, you can see it is showing all the attribute views. So one of the attribute view is what? Attr underscore material, which is available in the package what? Z modeling. So I'll choose this attribute view, say okay, done. I got the attribute view which has got what? Four columns. Now we need to link this data foundation and that included attribute view. What is the logical related field here? Logical related field is what? This one. material number. So before that, what I'll do is, okay, in the attribute view, I'm having how many columns? Six columns. Oh, sorry, four columns. I don't want ER and name. So if you don't want any of the column, just deselect this. Just click on this. Okay. Now we have to link these two things: data foundation and what attribute view. What is the common field? Material number now. So let me select what? Material number. So this is the material number. I'll just drag and drop this onto the material number of what attribute view. Okay, done. Now let me check what is the cardinality proposed. Let me double click on this. What is the join type here? Referential it seems. Okay, so again I'll choose what inner join. I'll give the cardinality as what 1 is to 1. What are the materials you have selected here? We should have at least one entry in what? You should have one entry in what? Right hand side table. What is the right hand side table here? Attribute view. Okay, that's it. They say okay, done. Done, that's all. Okay, so we are done with data foundation. Then we are done with star join. In the star join, what we have done, we have included the attribute view and we have established the link between data foundation and what that included attribute view. Then in the semantics, we need to specify what are the key fields, okay, and what are the attributes and what measures. Okay, so when I try to save it, again I got an error. Okay, so what I'll do now is see here in the semantic section. Okay, these are the fields in your attribute. Okay, these are the fields in your what? Sorry, these are the fields in your data foundation. These are the fields in your attribute view. So here, let me shift this POSNR to the second position. Okay, I'm shifting POSNR to second position. I'll make webline and POSNR as what? Key field. Webline and POSNR as key field. Then what I'll do, you have to mark which are attributes and which are measures. Okay, so here you can see in the drop down, you have to select attribute and measure. So out of the six columns, what is the measurement column here? NETWR. NETWR means what? Which talks about what? Measures. Which talks about the measurement. Quantity sold, net amount, all those things. So this is sales document number, this is item number, this is creation date, this is net value, sales organization, material number. So out of six fields here, five fields are attributes and one field is what? Measurement. Okay, so instead of you assigning them manually, whether it is attribute or measure, let me check. We'll do auto assign. Yeah, you can see here in the right hand side corner. In the right hand side corner, there's a button auto assign. Let me click on auto assign. Oh, it is not doing it automatically. It is not doing automatically. So let me do it manually. So I'll select this as attribute. This also has what? Attribute, and this is measurement. So see here, the moment I select this NETWR as measure, you can see here an aggregate function is proposed. What is the aggregate function proposed here? Sum. Whatever you want, you can propose here. By default, it is what? Sum. Then VKORG, again it is an attribute. Okay, so measure means what? Which holds the values. Material number is again what? Attribute. So done. And for in this case, already it is proposed as what? Attributes. All the fields in the attribute are what? Attributes only here. Done. And I deselected ERNAM. No? That's why you can see in the hidden column that checkbox is selected for what? ERNAM. Done. That's all. Let me save it now. Yeah, I don't have any error. So out of six fields in my data foundation, one of the field I marked as what? Measure. What is that field? NEWR. So for that measure column, for that measure field, automatically aggregate function we propose. What is the aggregate function proposed here? Sum. That's it. Okay, so let me double click again this. Yeah, done. So in the data foundation, I selected this. In the star join, I have linked it. Then this is your semantics. Done. That's all. Okay, so let me save it. Let me click on what? Save and activate. I'll choose one of the requests. I'll say finish. Completed successfully. Done. Okay, successfully it is completed. Let me preview it. How do you preview it now? Right click on your analytical view and say data preview, or somewhere here you'll have an icon what? Data preview here. Okay, I'll just click on the data preview. Yes, you can see here. If you go to, we have three types of previews here: raw data, distinct values and what analysis. I'll go to raw data. Yes, I'm getting the columns. What are the columns I got? So you can see material number, material type, material description. This is from attribute view. And sales document number, item number, creation date, sales organization, net value. This is from what? Our data foundation. That's it. So what we have done. Okay, so on how you can analyze here now, you can see if you go to analysis here. Okay, so I want sales organization wise what is the net amount. So what I'll do, I'll take this VKORG, I'll drop it here. I'll take this measurement NETWR, I'll drop it in the value section. You can see here I got the what graphical format, so I can do the measurements here. So this sales organization 1710, what is the net value here? So and so is the net value. Net sum is what you can see here. This is the net value for only, I think we have only one sales organization. If you see the raw data also, all this sales document belongs to which sales organization? 1710 only. That's why it is showing only for what 1710. Okay, so I want it based on material type. Based on material type I want the net value. So what I'll do, I'll remove the sales organization from here. I'll just take this material type mtrt. I'll take this mtrt, I'll drop it here. Good, you can see now. So material wise, material type wise, fertilizers I got so and so. Okay, and this is mat it seems, and this is our, all these are what material types. So we are able to do the measurement based on what material type. Hope it's clear. Okay, I want to do the measurement based on the date. So there is a column here, what ERDAT creation date. I'll just choose it here. So date wise, yes, you can see date wise I got the what net value on a particular date. What is the net value? Something like that. Okay, so this is your raw data. Hope it's clear up to this. So we got how many columns? Material number, material type, material description, Veblen, item number, date, sales organization, net value. Okay. So here only, okay, let me keep this as it is. Yeah, here you can see in the star join here you can see what are the things you have included here. We have included this attribute view. Okay, and then we have selected these columns. One of the column is what measurement column NETWR. Then we have other sections also like calculated column, restricted column, and what input parameters. Okay, so what I'll do is here my requirement is in the output, in the output I want one additional column. So how many columns I got here? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. I got 8 columns as of now. Okay, so let me just draft it here. So output columns as of now, I got how many? 8. What are they? I got material type, I got material number, material type, material description, all those things. Okay, so we have what? MATNR, material type I got, material description I got, then I got sales organization, item number, what else? Creation date, uh, sales organization, VKORG, and NETWR. 8 columns I got. Okay, these 3 columns are coming from attribute view. These 5 columns are coming from what? Data foundation. Actually, if you observe, if you see this, here I selected 6 columns. Here out of 4 we have deselected ERNM. So 3 plus what? 3 plus 6. I should get 9. But material number is common. Na? Here also we have material number. Here also we have material number. That's why it is displayed only once. Material number is displayed only once. Okay, these are my output column. Now let us understand the concept of what? Let us understand the concept of what? Calculated columns. So far we have what? 8 output columns. Now calculated column means based on the existing column, we can construct other columns, that is called as what? Calculated columns. Understood? Whatever we are getting here, these are the database columns. The values are coming from what? Database. Calculated column means in the runtime it will do the calculation and construct that particular column. So what I want is, I want one more column in my output. I want one more column in my output, which will show the combination of, material number plus material description, means matnr plus maktx. Okay, so I want the formula like this: material number plus uppercase of what? Material description. Understood? So I want to construct one column. Okay, what is the formula for that column? Combination of what? Material number plus uppercase of what? Material description. So you can see for some of the material description we have this content in lowercase. Helmet, h is uppercase, rest of them is what? Lowercase. I want one more column, so simple, see here, right? So in the star join only here. Okay, in the output section here you can see, right, calculated column is there. I'll right click on this. Okay, I'll right click on this. I'll say new calculated column. What is the name you want to give for this? I'll give it as what? Full underscore name. Column name cannot contain space, so I'm giving full underscore name. Label I can give simply full name. Okay, let it be varchar. Length I'll give it as something 60. Length is 60. And you can see column type here. Column type is what? Attribute. Understood? Whatever the additional column I'm constructing, is it a attribute or is it a measurement column? Understood? Attribute means what? It is just a description. Measure means what? Which will hold the values. Okay, so my formula is what? Combination of material number and what? Material description. So basically it is also what? Attribute. So column type is what? Attribute. Here you can see, here I have to what? Provide the logic. So what I'll do, what is the combination I want? Material number. So in the, from the attribute views, I'll select material number. I'll just drag and drop material number plus. You can see there is a button here, operator. What is this? Plus. Then I can drag and drop what? maktx, but I want uppercase of maktx. So what I'll do, somewhere here in the string functions, do we have any uppercase here? We have what? Upper. Understood? So from the function section I'm picking this upper. I'll just put it there, upper. Okay, so string argument. What is the string argument? What I want? Material what? Description, maktx. I'll just choose this, I'll put it here. Done. Okay, so this is my formula for my additional column. What is the additional column name? Material full underscore name. What is the formula? Combination of material number plus uppercase of what? Material description. Let me check whether this is valid or not. There is a button here, validate the syntax. I clicked on that. Let's see what happens. Done. Okay, what I got? Valid expression. Say okay, done. So we have constructed one additional column, what? Full underscore name. So let me save it. Let me reactivate. Completed successfully. Done. So let me preview it once again. I'll click on this data preview. So you can see one more output I got. Earlier output I got how many columns? 8 columns. Now if I click on this, okay, if I go to raw data, good, you can see now apart from that columns we got what? One additional column. What is this? Full underscore what? Name. See the formula here, mz fz hyphen c 900 plus maktx c 900 byte. Okay, let me take helmet here, tg11 plus helmet you can say I got in uppercase. So that is a newly constructed column, which is again what? An attribute. Okay, so this is what this output is. Understood? This is one output, this is another output. Now I want one more calculated column, and that calculated column should be what column? Measurement column. It is not an attribute column. So I want one more column where I should what? Multiply my net value with 10. I want to show one more additional column, construct one more column where it should be netwr into what? 10 into 10. Okay, so what I'll do here, see, I'll go back to this again, calculated column, right click on this, new calculated column. I'll give the name as what? Gross underscore amount. I'll give the description as something label as what? Gross amount, gross amount. Okay, data type. Since I'm going to do the calculation, I'll say decimal. I'll say something 16 of what? 2, 2 decimals. What is the column type? So I'm doing the calculation. Na? So it is a measurement. So I'll choose what? Measure. Okay, I'll choose the measure. Okay, done. Then I'll select the checkbox or calculate before aggregation. I'll just choose this. What is the aggregation it is proposed here for that column also? Sum only. Okay, so I'll choose sum. Yeah, what is the formula now? NETWR. Where is that? NETWR is available inside this columns. NETWR is a measure. I'll just choose this. Then I want what? Into what? 10. Into 10. So this is my newly formula for newly constructed column, which will result in what? Measurement only, right? Because I'm doing some what? This is nothing but the quantifiable data based on which we can do the measurement. Let me check the syntax. Valid expression done. Say okay. Okay. Let me save it and reactivate this. But I got completed successfully. So now you can see, let me preview it again, and I click on this, see the other output now. This is our third output. If I click on raw data, yeah, you can see gross amount. What is this? 6,600. What is this? 66,000. That's all. Okay, so if you see the analysis here, I can do the analysis based on this gross amount also, where it will propose what? Aggregation. Understood? I'll just choose this material type. So again, it is the aggregation. Am I clear? So something like, so we are able to construct calculated columns. One calculated column is again resulting to an attribute. Another calculated column is resulting to what? Measurement, because I'm doing the calculation there. Hope it's clear up to this stage. Okay, done. Okay, now let me show you about something called, so we are done with attributed column, restricted column. Again, restricted column is also what? It is like an additional column only, but restricted columns now, it is always what? It is always done based on measurement columns. It is always done based on the measurement column. Suppose here, if you see the result here, okay, you can see, yeah, you can see I got the net value. I got the net value for all the materials now. You can see for this material it is showing me the net value, for this material again the net value, like this. Okay, now what I want is, I want to construct one more column where it has to show the net value only for what? This particular TG11. Wherever TG11 is there, only for that material only for that material only, it has to show the net value. Understood? This will be there as it is, but one more column which will show the net value only for what? A specific material. Okay, so see this now. Restricted column, I'll just say right click on this, right click on this, say new. I'll give the name of the this thing as what? Restrict underscore material. Okay, done. Column, you can see the column here, it will always show what? The measurement column. What is the measurement column in our overall data foundation star join? NETWR. So I'll choose NETWR. Done. Then, yeah, it is asking whether it is based on a column or based on expression. I want it based on a column. Which column? Wherever the material number is equal to what? Wherever the material number is equal to what? TG11. So I'll just choose this. Yeah, you can see in the column section. Where is the material number? This only, na? Here. Okay, I'll just choose this MATNR. Done. Equal to, what is the value you want? TG11. TG11, that's all. TG11, that's all. Say okay. So what happened? One more column, restricted column is also what? An additional column only, but the net value now will be shown only for this material. Okay, and in the additional column res underscore what? Mat. Say okay here, done. Let me save it. Okay, let me what? Activate this. Okay, I'm activating this. So if I go and preview it, okay, if I preview this, right, let me just save and activate. It's already activated, complete successfully. Let me preview it now. Okay, when I say data preview, yeah, you can see now this is one additional thing. Now I'll go to raw data. Yeah, you can see, yeah, in this one it is showing the net value for what? All the things. It is showing the net value for all the things. But if you see the additional column, what is this? Res underscore mat, you can see net value is shown only for a particular material. What is this? TG11. So here TG11, here also for rest of the materials, it is showing it as blank in that additional column. Let me scroll down. Is it showing anywhere else? Yeah, again it is showing here. Why? Why? Because the material is again what? TG11. The material is again what? TG11. Okay, now again this is what? Material. What is this? TG11. Okay, scroll down. Okay, this is again what? Net value for which material? TG11. Okay, so what is happening here? It has constructed one additional column. It is constructed one additional column where the net value is shown only for what? A particular column value. What is the column? Material. What is the value? TG11. That is nothing but what? Restricted column. This restricted column can also be constructed based on expression. So let me construct, I'll construct one more restricted column. Okay, I'll construct one more restricted column based on expression. So what is that? I want to show the net values for only those records. I want to show the net values only for those records where the creation date is between okay, if you see the data here, yeah, I want to filter based on date. So I want to show the net value only for those records where the net value should be between 1st December 2016 to 15th December 2016. Am I clear? I want to show the net value only for those records whose creation date is between what? 1st December 2016 to 15th December 2016. That is what is the requirement. Okay, so one more column, one more restricted column, but based on what? Expression. So as usual, I'll just choose this new. I'll give the name as something res underscore mat2. Okay, provide some description. Column is again what? Always based on what? Measurable column, which is netwr. Now this time I'll not go for column. I want it based on expression. So I'll choose expression. You write the expression. So based on date only, na. So where is the date here? ERDAT. I'll just choose this ERDAT is greater than or equal to what is the date format? Year, month, and date. So 2016. Okay, month is 1201. Then I want the AND operator. Yeah, do we AND here? Yes. I'll just choose AND. Then again, what? ERDAT. Done. What is this? Greater than or equal to so and so. And what? ERDAT is less than or equal to. Okay, less than or equal to what? What is that? 2016 12th month 15. So the date should be between 1st December 2016 to 15th December 2016. Only for this condition records, it has to show the net value. Okay, it has to show the net value. Okay, done. I'll say okay here. Okay, let me check the anywhere validation is not there. Okay, just say okay here. Done. Let me save it. Activate this once again. Any errors? No errors. Let me click on what? Again, data preview. Yes, I got this. Check the raw data. Good. Okay, see the values here. Yeah, res underscore matters. So for this record, I'm not getting, because what is the date? 23 March 2016. Not satisfying. For this one, I got. Why? Because the date is what? 15th December 2016. For this also, I got, what is the date? 2nd December 2016. For this also, 15 December. 15 done. So any record whose creation date is between 1st December 2016 to 15th December 2016, I am getting the value. Hope it's clear. Okay, this is nothing but what? Restricted column, based on a column, based on a expression. Okay, then we have one more thing called as what? Input parameter. So if you see this data here, it is showing the data for all the material. So what I want, when I'm previewing in the runtime, it should ask me the material. So only for that material I should show the sales data. Okay, that is what is my requirement. So what is the input parameter? Material number is the input parameter. Okay, material number is the input parameter. So what I'll do here, right click on this, I'll say new, I'll give the name of this thing as input underscore material. Done. Okay, so what is the data type? Okay, anyhow it is what, anyhow material type is what, either varchar or n varchar. I'll go for n varchar. Length I'll get as something 30. Okay, so what is the input parameter name? Inp underscore what? Mat. Inp underscore mat. What is saying here? Input parameters are used to parameterize the view execution, such as to parameterize currency conversion, calculate columns, or inner filters. Parameter values may also be specified in variable UI prompt of a BI client. Okay, that is for the client tools. Done. I'll say okay. Done. So input material is created, sorry, input parameter is created, but we have not assigned this input parameter. Okay, we have not assigned this input parameter what, to any of the columns. So when I try to save it, am I getting any error here? I just created the input parameter, but I have not assigned it to what, any of the field. Okay, okay, let me try to activate. It is trying to activate. Okay, so you can see here it has completed with warning system. So I got warnings here. Let me double click on this. What is the warning I got? You see, input parameter inp underscore mat is not used. The input parameter is what? Ignored. So we have just created the input parameter, but we have not assigned it to any of the parameters. So what I'll do now in the star join. Okay, so material number now. So what I'll do here, somewhere here, for this material number, okay, or in the data foundation, anywhere, where is the material number? Here, right click on this, I'll say what, apply filter. Understood? So when I'm picking the material from the VBAP table, I'll right click on the material, I'll say apply filter. Done. Here operator is equal to, so let it be equal to only value. You can see here, if I click on this, yeah, you can see the type is what here, fixed. Okay, instead of keeping the type as fixed, I'll keep the type as what, input parameter. Type is what, input parameter. What is the input parameter you have created? Inp underscore mat. Just choose this. Okay, say okay. Done. So say okay. Done. Let me save it now. Let me try to activate. Earlier I got warnings. Now it is saying what completed successfully. Okay, so there is no problem now. Okay, there is no problem. Right, so we are done with what attribute views, columns, calculated columns, restricted columns, and what input parameters. Done. Let me reactivate once again. Inactive version. Okay, done. So it is anyway completed. Let me preview it now. When I preview it, good, you can see now, since my view is having what input parameter, it is asking a value for that. Inp underscore mat is equal to what is the value you want to give, tg11. So I'll give tg11, say okay. Done. Did I got the data, raw data? Yes, you can see that the output now. I got only the materials what TG11. Good. Only the materials what TG11. Let me rerun it. Again, I'll say data preview. This time I'll give it as TG12. Say OK. The raw data. Yes, you can see I got only the TG12 materials. That's it. Working fine. So this is how attribute view, columns, calculate columns, restricted columns, and what input parameters. So the difference between attribute and analytical view is, in case of analytical view, we'll have the measurements also. Apart from the attributes, we'll have the measurements based on which we can do the analysis. And apart from that, we'll have some additional features like restricted columns, input parameters, all this. And what is the other point you have to note here? We can include the attribute view inside what analytical view. That's what we have done. So I'm done with what analytical view also. Attribute view contains only attributes. Analytical view contains both attributes and what measurements. Attributes means only descriptive data. Measurements means quantifiable data. Okay, like revenue, sales amount, net amount, all those things. Any questions? Okay, so I'll stop now. Tomorrow we'll see other type of view called as what calculation view. Actually, these are more related to what BW consultant, but for information sake, we are learning this. Any questions? Okay, no questions. Fine then. Okay, so I'll wind off. Practice this. I'll try to share this recording today. Okay, tomorrow we'll see what calculation views. No, it's not compulsory to add attribute view, but we have a provision to include attribute view to analytical view. It's not compulsory. I can just create the required tables here only, but reusability. The meaning of including is what reusability. Okay, attribute views cannot be exposed directly to what reporting tools. That's the reason we'll include the attribute view inside what analytical view, and we can expose this analytical view to what reporting tools like Lumira, BO tools, business intelligence tools. Like that, we have many tools. It's not mandatory, but it's reusable. Done. So tomorrow we'll see what calculation. Fine.